Well, good morning, everybody. Jeff Slakey here on Daybreak. Got a great guest in studio talking real estate with Scotty Mills from Keller-Williams. Hey, Scotty, how are you?
Hey, good, Jeff. Yeah, we're getting off to a great start this year.
Good, good. Yeah, we got some wonderful news to pass along at the end of the program here, but let's go back. Last week, it was Hill Day for the Realtors, and I know earlier in the day there, I had a chance to talk with 2nd District legislators J.T. Wilcox and Andrew Barkis. You had a chance to talk with them as well up on Hill Day. For those who may have just be hearing about this for the first time, what is Hill Day, and what do you accomplish up there?
Well, Hill Day essentially is the Realtors, our RPAC, the Realtors Political Activist Committee. We get together statewide, all the Realtors come in from all over, and we had about 800 Realtors in attendance.
Wow.
I believe. Numbers might be off,
That's
but if
a
they
lot.
are, someone can call me on that.
That's
I think
a
it was
lot.
500 actually.
Well, regardless.
Yeah, it's a lot. And we divide up into our districts. And I, of course, have about 20 years in the 2nd District, but I'm happy to be part of this district now and getting involved. And we essentially get our issues identified to us in the morning. We talk about our talking points. You know, we're not there for a party affiliation. We're the Realtor Party. And we're there to be advocates for our homeowners. And, of course, the Hirst decision and getting that budget passed, we're on our things to talk about, as long as some student loan debt and affordable housing. But primarily, we just wanted to get this water issue kind of dealt with.
Well, it sounds like you guys were up there at the perfect time, because later in the day, the Hearst fix came out, the capital budget passed, so you guys must have done something right.
Yeah, we hung out. We knew it was coming, and it was kind of exciting where you're kind of waiting, oh, let's hang out. And like I said, a lot of us, we meet at the Red Line Hotel up there. So a lot of us went back to the Capitol to kind of oversee what was going on in that whole process. So it's nice to watch how that all came to fruition. And
You mentioned
great.
the 2nd and the 35th both have heavily rural parts of the district, and this Hearst decision keys in perfectly to water rights in rural areas. So talk to me about this. Do you get a sense of the fix and the details that are coming out? Is this going to help Washington and the rural communities? Going to hurt them, or is it kind of just your interpretation of the law, or what you think?
Well, as a background in development and being a realtor, of course, the devil's in the details as we go through. But what's nice at this juncture with this decision is that it's not on the shoulders of the county to decide what the well impact is going to be and get the hydrologist out there. It's back to the Department of Ecology. We'll oversee it. So that way a person's building permits aren't going to get held up by the counties trying to figure out what to do in the study on that. So that's good. You know, I think that's a plus. There is some talk about how many gallons you can pull out of certain areas, and then of course we'll just let that go. But at least the takeaway is that if you have an existing well, you're grandfathered in. You don't have to have that impact study done on how your well's going to, have an impact on the environment or the water flow. And the other thing is that you can call your well driller and say, hey, give me an estimate to drill a well. And they'll say, okay, we can come out and do that and get that process going. The new construction, I think, is going to be really strong in 2018.
Yeah, let's talk about it. There's a ton of land in Mason County, and a lot of folks over the years have, well, especially since the Hearst kind of talk has come out, a lot of people holding on to the land. They're not quite sure what to do with it. They're not sure if they can sell it, and if they do sell it, will someone be able to drill? So is this really going to open things up?
I think so. And then, of course, that's my opinion. However, because land is cost effective. Because it used to be if you got your land cost and then your development cost, it's going to be, traditionally it's a little higher. Now everything's going to come in alignment. And the other thing I've experienced recently is someone's looking at a house, look at that, and they realize, well, God, what about building my own home and getting the rooms I want and going from that place where you get your land and you can get the home you want. And that's not a bad philosophy to have, and if you're prudent about what you build, it can be that stepping stone onto something else.
Sure.
And with the way things are nowadays, and I know back in the day that when Dad and I were building, and when that home garden TV came out, our clients sometimes knew more about what was out on the market with the new products than we did, so we had to catch up there. But it's a fun process, and if you get surrounded by the right resources to help you and guide you through that, oh, what a blast.
You get a sense here, and just kind of go with me on this a little bit. The folks who may be able to move from their current house either to a second home or maybe their third home or vacation home, that they're going to be some of the clientele to pick up on this land to have a custom built home for themselves, and that would open up folks for their first time home buyers and things like that. Is that a segment of the population that would benefit by some of this open land that's available?
Oh yeah, I guess you would say it's a shift. Like when Phil was on the show last time, to get them first-time home buyers in there, you sometimes need that affordable housing where someone says, look, I'm ready to graduate on to something else.
Yeah.
I think traditionally, and my personal experience was, you start with a small home. It was probably 1,400 square feet. I moved out to, the Roy Elm area, got 10 acres or 3,000 square feet, and now it's kind of back down to a 17-ish where Terry and I are at now.
Mm-hmm.
And so you'll see those cycles. But why not, if you have a home and you feel, geez, I want to be on the water, or I want a mountain view, or I want to go find something that traveling around where you're looking for a lifestyle, that's a perfect opportunity to go around and either rent your home or sell it and take the equity and make that jump.
Huh. Interesting.
A lot of different schools of thought, and that's why I love to talk to people about it. If you want to meet for coffee or whatever your favorite beverage is.
I can tell you, Scotty is a wonderful person to chat with about realty and other things as well, as we talk all the time. You come with some good news too. First time home buyer coming into the community.
Yeah. Oh, this is exciting because, we sit down, we have these goals. We go, okay, home ownership matters.
Yeah.
And what's really awesome about this news is, Don Wielander's son, who we're in that group with.
Oh, the leadership group. Yeah, Don's great.
So Kyle approached me the night of the gala. We were talking, and a home that was on the market, then off the market, then back on again. And you had to move quick. So I called the agent up, and she said, yeah, we got an offer. I go, is it signed around? Oh, no, it's not signed around.
What does
yet.
that mean?
Signed around means what we call mutual acceptance. In other words, we put an offer in as a buyer's agent. So you're my buyer, Jeff. And then I go to Don, who would say he's the seller. And once Don signs off on the contract and you've signed off on the contract and all those addendums are agreed upon, you're under contract, mutual acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
So in Kyle's case, it had not been agreed. The terms and conditions of this purchase and sale have not been agreed to, which allowed us opportunity to allow the seller, which is what agents do. You want to present as many offers as you can in this market and let them choose which is going to be the best for them. Yeah. And we just, by hustling up and tightening it up and getting it over to the agent, technology is great, and getting that all signed around. So 9 o'clock that night, I get a message from the listing agent saying, hey, seller has accepted your offer, and
Wow.
pass that on to Kyle. And then we just did the home inspection Saturday, so it goes pretty quick.
Yeah.
We're moving along. Yeah.
Talk to me about how being as accessible as you are, like that situation, you're off to go to the gala at the Shelton Mason County Chamber of Commerce gala, but you get a message and you get the conversation, and by the end of the night, things are looking good. How beneficial is that for someone that you're representing, buyer or seller, to be that accessible and that quick of turnarounds, things like that?
Yeah. I mean, I worked in the high-tech industry years ago, and one of the guys told me, because we were working all hours, and he said, this is a lifestyle, not a job. And I take that into real estate as well. Real estate is a lifestyle for me. It's not a job. I love what I do. And when I've gone through an experience with a client that doesn't get the house because maybe, it just logistics didn't work out or something like that. So I make it a point to just, I say, if you sleep on it, you don't sleep in it. So the key there is when we get engaged with something, you got to get on a critical path. And in this market, for a buyer, time is of the essence. And I don't like my buyers losing out on their dream home or an opportunity.
How can folks get in touch with you?
Oh, give me a call, 253-405-2936. You can text me also at that number. then probably contact the station,
Oh, yeah.
contact the Chamber of Commerce, and then, of course, there's my email, scottymills.realtor@gmail.com.
We'll put the links to those, of course, in the show notes here, and share these on your pages. It's always good talking with you, Scotty.
Yeah, you too, Jeff.
We'll see you next time.
Okay, bye-bye.